with words, but also through their actions. We're going to talk to Liam, Stark, Frank Rolls, and Roman Rolls. So if we get a couple of microphones up here, I'm going to sit down with them, be on the same level as they are. All right, it's nice to have you young ones up here with me. You're going to hear some nice expressions from you. So we'll first start with Brother Stark. Liam, what challenges to your faith have you faced at school?
Well, it's always a challenge to stand out as different from the other kids at school. I was always bombarded with questions like what I got for Christmas, what I was going to dress up for on Halloween. I was also offered on many occasions a slice of a birthday cake. Even though it looked good, I always said no.
All right, so let's ask Frank that same question. What challenges have you faced?
Birthdays and holidays were a big challenge because holidays, a lot of times we would decorate the halls and, do a lot of coloring things for the holidays. So I had to continuously keep on asking my teacher no and telling the kids why I didn't celebrate the holidays. And birthdays were hard because they would pass out cupcakes or cake and also sing happy birthday, and they would invite me to their parties and wonder why I didn't go.
All right, so that's quite a challenge, wasn't it? And same question to you, Roman.
I think one of the biggest challenges for me was the flag salute. Every day on the loudspeaker, they would say it all together at the same time. Our school really made a big deal about it. Sometimes the kids would stare at me or try to make me put my hand on my heart.
Okay, so that was hard, wasn't it? So you guys faced up to those challenges. Let's ask you, though, Liam, how have your parents and others helped you to meet those challenges?
Well, we would take the time in our family studies to discuss the origins of the holidays, and we would study the Jehovah's Witnesses and school brochure. I found this a big help. It was always nice to know how Jehovah felt about these practices and to hear it straight from the Bible.
All right, thank you. And how about you, Frank? How have your parents helped you?
Well, at our family worship, we would go over these challenges that were likely to come up in the school year, and we would talk about it, and we would use a reasoning book, and once I understood it, we would do reenactments of it, and I found it hard to quote scriptures to my classmates, so I started carrying a small Bible around in my backpack, so when a problem did arise, I could use my Bible and tell them.
Very, very good. How about you, Roman?
In our family worship, we would act out different Bible stories that would help us prepare for those challenges. For the flag salute, we studied about the 3 Hebrews and the fiery furnace. Reading about them helped me stand out as different.
All right, very good. And so you had to have courage to do that, right? So what has given you the courage to speak about your Christian beliefs? Liam?
Well, during our family study, I would bring up situations that I was in at school. And after researching the material on that subject, my parents would role play these situations with me, which helped me to have confidence because I was prepared to give a witness.
Okay, very good. And Frank, how about you? What's given you courage?
Definitely saying the prayer to Jehovah and knowing that I'm making him happy and being prepared like Colossians 4:6 says, let your words always be gracious, seasoned with salt, so that you will know how you should answer each person.
Okay, very good. And Roman, what's given you courage?
Praying to Jehovah and studying.
Okay, very good. So that's important, isn't it? All those things you mentioned, prayer, study, preparation, right? Your parents have helped you do that. You talked about some things that happened at school. Can you relate an experience, Liam? Do you remember something that really stood out?
Well, it was around Christmas time when I was asked by one of my classmates why I didn't celebrate Christmas. I I explained that Jesus was not born on December 25th and that Christmas was really a celebration of the sun god. Although he was not receptive, as he informed me that he just shut the door on Jehovah's Witnesses when they came to his door. But it always makes me feel good to give a witness for Jehovah.
Okay, very good. How about you, Frank?
One time, one of my classmates asked me why was I so focused on the Bible and why was I handing out tracts to my classmates. So I told him, "Do you believe in Jesus?" And he said yes. And I said, "Do you preach?" And he said, "What's that?" And I told him that's why I'm handing out tracts.
Okay, very good. And how about you, Roman?
One of my friends at school asked why I didn't salute the flag. I told him that I learned in the Bible that we should only worship God and not idols. After that, he stopped saluting it too for the rest of the year.
All right, very good. Frank, you didn't tell the one about the birthdays. Why don't you tell that one? I like that one.
Well, one time, my classmate asked me why I didn't celebrate the birthday, so I told him about the experience with Herod and the John the Baptist, and he said, "Well, I know no one would get killed at my birthday party." So I explained to him that it was a pagan holiday and that we do not want to worship the holidays and birthdays, and that's all.
Okay, very good. Well, thank all three of you. We really appreciate your comments.